What's up, guys? So I wanted to give you like just a real life example of kind of how I evaluate my success on YouTube as it pertains to what's going to make me grow, right? So here we are inside the YouTube dashboard, YouTube studio. And this is going to be the first page you see when you get to that dashboard. As you can see, I get all of my important things at a glance: my subscriber count, views, watch time, revenue figures over the last 28 days. All that's cool. And then I even get real-time stats. So these are my top videos in the last 48 hours, which happen to also be the last 3 videos that I've put out. So that's pretty cool information as well. As you can see, I've got a pretty wide range of viewership for my most recent videos. So let's do this. Let's go to content. And one thing that I like to do every now and then is just check to see what performs best on my channel. And I do a lot of different types of content. So it's important for me to, do this every now and then. I kind of treat my channel like it's a TV network where if a show isn't performing well, then that show eventually gets canceled so that we can use that time slot for something that may perform a little bit better, right? So what I like to do is by default, this is sorted by date. So the video at the top is going to be my most recent video. At the bottom will be my oldest video. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to change that and change the default sorting by views. Now, here's something that I noticed right off the bat, right? So with the exception of one video, which is my comic book collection tour, every video in the top 4, 5 is a comic book hunting video. In comic book hunting, I go out to different places and try to find new comic books to buy. So obviously it started off with this Ollie's hunting video. This was the first time I did this, and that video is close to 9,000 or 9,000 views now. The next one is part 2, going back to Ollie's. On that one, I've got 3,000 3,000 views. And then the next one after that is comic book hunting at the Ultimate Comics warehouse. So, I mean, you can see the thumbnail, a warehouse full of comics. That one's got close to 3,000 views as well. And then the next one is comic book hunting at Ollie's part 3. So none of the Ollie's videos have performed as well or better than the first one, and they're kind of giving me diminishing returns. But even with that said, they're still pretty much the top performing content on my channel. Well, chances are if I do another one, it would probably perform about the same, probably close to the 2,500 mark. The next biggest video is the Kingstone Bible review that I did. I'm pretty proud of that video, but the viewership on this video, unlike most others, has actually been sustained over a pretty lengthy period of time. So once this loads, you'll be able to see. If this loads, you'll be able to see. So there we go. So you can actually see the viewership on this video climbing. It even took like another big jump in April. So, and like I said, the top search for that, or the top traffic source for that video, is YouTube search, which is why it's important to do videos that, will be hot right now, but also will be hot later on. So that's pretty cool. I'm proud of that video. And then the next set of videos that you can see are pretty popular are my book hauls. So the biggest of my hauls was the February the biggest haul video is my Organic Price Books haul, which is great because they're one of our channel sponsors. This video's got over 2,000 views. So does my February omnibus haul, over 2,000 views. My Batman comic haul from just a few weeks ago is already at 1,800 views. My Zavi graphic novel hauls at 1,600 views. My March omnibus haul, which I just posted 3 days ago, is already at 1,400 views. And I mean, from there, you see the November eBay comic haul, my January omnibus haul. Clearly the haul videos are probably the best reoccurring content on my channel. They perform the best most consistently. And then the rest of these, they're kind of all over the place. We got some unboxings. We got another graphic novel haul. We got an Ollie's 10 pack. And then let's go into the videos that don't perform as well. So if I go to, page 4, hopefully we don't see a trend, but we might. All right. So the lowest performing videos on the channel, looks like they're mostly videos from earlier on. Videos that got just a very small amount of views back when I didn't have a lot of subscribers. They're all, somewhere around 200 views or less. So the good thing is I'm not seeing a trend in the type of content that's appearing here. It's just basically videos from all over the place. So that's good. And as we climb up the ranks, we start to see, new highs and new lows. So I do see these, what could be in the box. That's kind of a trend. They kind of tap out around 250, maybe 300 views. So that's something to maybe look at in the future, like rework the way I do those videos so that I'm attracting more people, because the videos that perform the best on my channel tap out at around 1,500 views. So how do I make the videos that don't perform as well? How can I get them to perform better? And if I can't get them to perform better, what can I replace them with? So I just wanted to kind of give you guys some insight into the things that I look at when it comes to evaluating performance on the channel, and how I can best continue to grow. And and this kind of brings up another point, but growth on YouTube isn't necessarily the most important metric, right? Sometimes you have to make a decision just based on yourself and your own moral compass as a creator. There are times where there's content that I know isn't going to perform as well, but I just want to make it because that's what I want to do as a creator. So for example, if I sort these by date, then you'll see the most recent example of that is my Venom retro review with MJ Comics. We spent an hour on that stream. We actually spent closer to 2 hours, and I cut it down. But that video's only got 250 views. So you have to kind of make a decision, like, do I want views or do I want to be creatively fulfilled, right? Even though this video didn't perform well, I made a friend and had a lot of fun filming that video. So that is something to think about when you get into this YouTube journey, because it's very easy to just create content specifically for the likes and the views. And while that's cool, the growth is good. I mean, eventually you start making money and you're able to, buy things for your family and maybe even quit your job and stuff. I mean, you can see my revenues nowhere near that level. But the downside to that is sometimes you might create content that you're not happy with. And if you do that over a sustained period of time, you're going to burn out. So I make a decision that I'm going to make videos for me, videos that I enjoy doing, as well as videos that I know will perform well with an audience. And that has kind of been my recipe for happiness on YouTube, if not also sustained success. So this is just a little K-Squad exclusive thing, just because I have no place to put this. I'm not teaching any classes or anything. So you guys just get this random information as I have time to create it. But I know that this group is full of aspiring content creators, and I like to give as much insight as possible into the things that I do to help drive success. And while we're here, I'll look at my most successful channel in comparison. Now, this channel has basically been on a hiatus since my baby girl was born, with the exception of some paid projects that I'm working on. But if I, sort this one by the views, this channel is a lot different because I make videos that are educational. And so people are searching for this information constantly. But the biggest video on this channel is 60,000 views. And then the more consistent top performers get anywhere from 10,000 to, 20,000, right? And then here's some really high anomalies. But it's crazy to see that the top performing videos are from years ago. And that's just a measure of how relevant the content has been over a sustained period of time. So there's more than one way to skin the cat. You know, some people like to talk about what's hot right now. And like I said, other people can talk about things that are going to be hot in the future. And that can kind of secure a position of growth for your channel. For example, I haven't really posted a video in the last month. My latest video on this channel came out 28 days ago. But as you can see, I still gained almost 800 subscribers in the past 4 weeks. I still got 30,000 views in the last 4 weeks. And that is specifically because of search traffic. Like if I go to my reach under my analytics, once it loads, doopy doopy doop, derpy 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 derpy. So you can see my traffic sources. Half of my views come from the YouTube search. The other half come from YouTube suggesting them to other people. And that's the place that I would love to be with the BJ Kicks channel, but the nature of the content doesn't exactly allow for that all the time. So that's just something to think about. Now that I've spent way too long trying to teach you the nerdy aspects of what I do creatively, there you go. I hope you saw something you liked. And if not, you know what to do. Peace.